Hey guys, the section of violence here. We got another one for you. UFC Abu Dhabi UAE. Let's get right into it. Ugh. Let's start off with the opener. We have Marcus Buchecha taking on Martin Buday. Pretty good fight. To start us off, we have two heavyweights on different tiers. I feel like Buchecha has the potential to be a pretty high level heavyweight. He's got the jiu-jitsu to take him very far. Um, his wrestling isn't that great, but he training in ATT, I feel like his wrestling has improved. Uh, I think his wrestling will be good enough to get Martin Buday down, especially early. Martin Buday is not the first big guy he's grappled or tried to fight. He beat Amir Alakbari, who is, in my opinion, a much more dangerous striker. Um, Kirill Krishenko, um, he got him down. Ji Won Kang got him down. He's got most of these guys down with pretty much easily. The only person he struggled with is someone who you can't really take down, and Umar Kane is probably some of the best takedown defense in the game, in the heavyweight division. So taking him down is very hard. I think Boudet probably, if he gets him tired, can have success, but I don't think it's even gonna get there. I think we're gonna get a first round submission for Buchecha. I think Buchecha has just, you know, I want to say Boudet has more experience, which he does, 15 fight or sorry, close to 17 fights. Facing guys like Andrei Arlovsky, Sati Baliev. Um, he has some decent wins, right? So it's like, I don't know. This is definitely a good litmus test for Buchecha. But I don't know. We haven't really seen Boudet against a really good grappler. The only grappler that he faced was Gaziev, and he didn't really take him down. And Gaziev's not really to the level of Buchecha on the ground. So I don't know. I just think Buchecha is going to show him levels on the ground. And yeah, gonna go Buchecha round one submission. That is going to be my prediction. Could this fight could play out funny in the later rounds, like pretty sloppy. But honestly, I'm trying not to overthink it. I wish I got the line at negative 188. The week people played him all the way to negative, I think 400 or negative 350, something like that nowadays. So I don't know, not worth playing at this price. Even though I do think he wins, heavyweight MMA pass. Moving on, we have Muhammad Yahya taking on Stephen Nguyen. I think Stephen Nguyen wins this fight. I'm not going to speak too long about this fight. Muhammad Yahya is probably one of the worst guys on the roster. Um, Yeah, he is. He's awful. He fights out of UAE, so there's going to be some bias for him. But he got TKO'd by Cowie Fernandez, which isn't a bad loss. And he lost to Trevor Peek. He has a win over Sohail Tyree, which isn't a bad win. It's pretty bad, but he KO'd Kushan, who's pretty chinny. So he has KO power, don't get me wrong, but I just think Nguyen can see his shots coming. I think he's going to be able to be in the matrix in this fight and just absolutely tee off here. I think Nguyen beats the crap out of Yaya. I think Nguyen probably gets him out of there um, inside the distance by KO probably. I don't know. I think Muhammad Yahya is a huge flake. I know he's fighting at home, but he's absolutely horrible. Trevor Peek. I know these opponents aren't terrible, so Stephen Nguyen could make this close, but I don't know. I think Stephen Nguyen wins this fight. I think he's more skilled. I think he's sharper on the feet. He has better shot selection. The guys he's beat are questionable. Um, and he hasn't fought in a while. I think, yeah, since last year, a little over a year ago. So the loss to Jarno Aarons isn't a great look, but Yaya is horrible. So I wouldn't even put Aarons and him in the same category. Bring Aaron's back if Yaya is in the UFC. Yeah, I don't know what else left to say other than Yaya probably loses this fight at home, but would not be surprised to somehow this fight gets close. Actually, I would be surprised because Nguyen is a better fighter. If he somehow manages to blow this fight, he deserves to get cut from the UFC as well. I think they both deserve to get cut from the UFC if they lose if Nguyen loses this fight. Yeah, but they're gonna keep him if he wins this fight because they need UAE guys. Moving on. This is a fight I don't want to speak too much time too long about. This is I don't want to say low level fight, but because Yaya is in it, it's kind of low level. Nguyen is gonna make it clean and pretty to watch. Moving on, we have Billy L.A. Kana versus Evo Aslan. This is another spot. I just think Evo is gonna smoke him. If they weren't 205ers, I would probably put a little money on this. I just think Evo Aslan is the better fighter. He has more heart. He's coming to scrap. His jiu-jitsu and grappling probably is not as good, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I think his takedown defense will be decent enough to stuff Billy's takedowns, and I feel like he's going to sprawl and brawl and get Billy out of there. Again, this is a bigger weight class, so I'm going to stay away just because I'm not going to get into the habit of betting on Turkey. Turkey is a very very poor MMA poor excuse for MMA con- country, I believe. Yeah, I just don't believe in Turkey at the higher levels, and yeah. I just don't think Aslan is. I think Aslan's gonna win, but I'm not gonna trust him at negative 300 to cover parlays. So yeah, Aslan probably KOs him the first, but Elikana, this isn't his first rodeo against a big hitter. It's just I don't know. What weight class does Elikana usually fight at? Yeah, Chuck Campbell. So it's not like that big of a difference. But yeah, that Guskov performance was horrendous. I don't know. I think Iwa Aslan TKOs him. I'm not trying to overthink this fight. I think Billy Elikana is too pedestrian and he quits when things get hard. I don't think Aslan's shot selection is that great, but I do think when he does land, he is very very dangerous. So I'm gonna go Ivo Aslan here. Yeah, not gonna overthink this. Um, trying to think the round. It's probably gonna be like a round one, round two type deal. I don't think Alicana is gonna get KO'd in three. I think Alicana is, if anything, gonna find a late submission or win a decision if it goes to the decision or round three. I don't know. I don't trust Evo. I don't even know. I think Evo's cardio is not the problem. It's his decision making, and I think he could easily find himself on bottom somehow and give up his back. I don't know. I just don't want to mess around with this fight betting wise, but I do think Evo KOs him. Yeah. Moving on. We have Tabitha Ritchie versus Amanda Hebos. I gotta go with Tabitha Ritchie, but honestly, this is a coin flip. Like these girls are mirror images of each other. Ritchie with a better chin, less mileage in her career. Her only TKO loss against a girl who's in a bigger one in a weight class one s- one size. I just don't think Richie is good at separating herself, and that's why I just don't think this is a fight you could bet on. Like I just think Rebus and Richie are very very similar. But when it comes to not being able to separate themselves, I do think Rebus, if she does get her flow state, she can actually be dangerous. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to be very competitive, even out, because I do think the boxing of Richie is improved since her debut. So from working with Callum Walsh, closely, if you know what I mean. I think Richie has a better hands, not by much, but I do think she has a better hand, and I do think it's going to be a close fight. I'm gonna go Richie by pressure and boxing, but this is a really close fight, man. Like I honestly don't know what to think about this fight as far as betting wise. I feel like this is a crazy, like maybe fight goes to split, but I feel like those odds are gonna be like negative 1,000, and usually they're like plus 200. So I don't feel like there's really much any value on this fight, so probably just look to pass. Find a better spot on the card to bet on. I want to say this is a bathroom break, but this is probably the Jurgens fight of the year if you know what I mean. Like these are by far like some of the best looking women on the roster, and to get them both fighting each other, I'm definitely not taking a Jurgens break. I mean bathroom break. Uh, anyways, let's move on from this fight. This is a fight for a different type of entertainment. Uh, we have Davy Grant versus Damon Blackshear. Damon Blackshear, holy, he's a talented fighter. He's well rounded, but I can't trust his chin. Grant has KO power and could easily turn the fight upside down in a blink of an eye with one winging hook. I do think Damon Blackshear likely wins this fight, just being more technical and well rounded. I trust him on top, not getting submitted. Davy Grant is he's gonna look to like make it a wily fight. Look to catch Damon, but Damon's just very technical. We've seen in his one of his last fights, he can have a Muay Thai style, be effective against a heavy hitter. Given that that guy is pure boxing and Grant can throw kicks and elbows and knees, but I don't know. I just think Damon Blackshear is going to be too technical, too well rounded, and have too many options and ways to win. So I lean Damon Blackshear, but I definitely wouldn't go as far as betting him because he can be KO'd, he can be hurt. Cody Gibson had his success with him, and I just can't unsee that. So I feel like Davy Grant hits just as hard, if not harder. And I just don't think stylistically he's gonna find the shot. I think Blackshear is gonna be probably staying behind the jab, um, level changing, mixing in the takedowns. Again, I'm thinking I think this is gonna go to a decision most likely. I think it's gonna be Blackshear by decision. So yeah, guys, I'm not gonna run the bet on this fight or anything. We have Grant as a big dog, so people are probably going to run to bet Grant, but I think that's a mistake. I think Blackshear has him covered everywhere. So do with that what you will. Yeah, guys, this is one of those fights that I feel like the odds are a little wide, but I'm definitely not going to play the dog just because the odds are a little wide. I think Blackshear is the rightful favorite. I just don't trust his chin. Anyways, guys, let's move on from this one. We have Muslim Salikov taking on Carlos Leal. Um, I gotta go with Carlos Leal. It's pretty self-explanatory. Salikov is like 42, 41 years old. He's been chin before. I don't know. They have similar records, so it's not like, oh, this is a mismatch. Like if Salikov was in his prime, this could be a close fight. But I just think the pressure and shot selection of Leal is gonna be very good. And I don't think this guy's been KO'd before. Um, yeah, he has not been KO'd. He is nothing but KO people. Very, very dangerous KO power. Um, very good experience. This guy is a very, very dangerous man. KO'd Alex Morono in his last showing. I think Morono's a tougher version of tougher go than Salikov. So I don't know. I feel like if he can land clean on Morono, he can land clean on Salikov. Salikov is just slower, same, and so is Morono. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Leo by KO one or two. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a unanimous decision. This fight plays out somehow close. I doubt it, but it depends how much respect Leo gives him on the feet. I just feel like Leo is a better, younger, hungrier fighter, and yeah, I don't know. This isn't Salakov's time. I think he's coming off a win. Um, yeah, the Canon song last year, but I don't feel like it's his time anymore. Like, what? How old is he now? It's been almost a year since he fought last. So this guy is 41 years old. Like, I don't know. I can't trust him at this age. So I'm gonna go with Carlos Leo as one of my locks of the card. And yeah, if Leo manages to lose this fight, then this is just mind-boggling to me. Moving on, we have Bryce Mitchell taking on Said Nurmagomedov. This is an interesting one. I think Side is very talented and he's well rounded, but he lacks cardio. Does a lot of big actions, and I don't know. I know people get confused by the Nurmagomedov name, but this guy is like he grew up in maybe Mahashala, Russia, but like he doesn't live there, and he's just a cousin, or I don't even know. But the guy is I don't know. He can't be out grappled. I feel like Said Yakub had success. I feel like people can't have success. The only thing is Mitchell has shown an ability to get choked, and I don't know if he's going to be able to defend Said's front ninja choke. I think the ninja choke's going to be there for Said. I think knees at the middle, um, spinning attacks. I think he's going to be able to have fun in this fight. Bryce Mitchell, I don't know how he's going to look at 135. I don't know how he's going to look on the scale. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think Side's probably gonna win. Probably gonna find a finish. I just don't like this Bryce Mitchell going down a weight class. He puts himself into front chokes, and that's Side's main thing. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel like if this fight gets extended, Bryce can have success, but I don't know. I feel like the weight cut plus Side just being so dangerous after I know Gene Silva's very very skilled himself, but I think Saeed's a specialist at that choke. I feel like he can find the choke there. So maybe look for props, see what the props are for that ninja choke. Yeah, I don't know. I think Saeed probably finds a finish here. We'll see though. I don't know how, but that's where I'd lean if I had to be specific. Yeah, Saeed Nurmagomedov though. I'm gonna lean him by submission. Moving on, we have Bogdan Guskov taking on Nikita Krylov. Uh, I gotta go with Nikita Krylov, but man, this is one of those fights, man, where it's like I wouldn't want to run to bet this fight. Like Bogdan Guskov is no joke. He's got KO power. He he is, people look at his previous tape and think, oh, this guy's a fraud. And he may very well might be. But the thing about Bogdan Guskov that you gotta respect is the guy has good shot selection, pullback counters, and I really rate he has decent front chokes, and he's aggressive. He goes for it. He lost to Volkan Ozdemir. I feel like he's learned from that loss, and he's been on a tear ever since. Given they've all been cans he's fought, but I don't know. I just feel like he's looked decent in the fights where he's expected to either play out close, and I feel like Guskov could pull an upset the way Krylov fights. I don't know. He ran right into Reyes' cross, but I feel like Reyes might be on a second run in his career. I just feel like Krylov is very technical. I know he didn't show it his last showing, but I don't know. I think stylistically this could be a good opponent for him. I feel like if he doesn't get KO'd, he could win this fight anywhere the fight goes, grappling, striking. Um, I'm gonna lean Krylov, but honestly, this is a pass fight for me. Big boys. Plus, we have Guskov improving, cross training. I don't know where he's training now, but he was at Extreme for a little bit. Now I don't know where he's at, but Krylov is just I don't know. I don't know what we're getting with him nowadays. So I'm gonna go with Krylov, but it's a lean. It's not a confident bet or pick. So please don't run around trying to tell people to bet this. This is a really really volatile fight. So I'm gonna go with Krylov here off of logic, but logic and big boys don't always go hand in hand. So be very careful with this one. Moving on. We have Asu Almabayev taking on Jose Ochoa. I gotta go with Almabayev here. I think Ochoa is a very, very skilled fighter. I just think this is too much too soon. I feel like his wrestling is going to be too much. I think Ochoa has not shown the ability to get up off his back against someone with the wrestling of Al Mubayev. I know he throws up submissions and he's dangerous. You know, he's got some submissions, TKOs, but like, Kavanaugh is not really known for his grappling, his wrestling, sorry, and he had success. Asu's a phenomenal wrestler, chain wrestler. I feel like Al Mubayev's going to take him down, control him. Maybe find a submission. I don't know. I think Almabayev's gonna probably just wrestle fuck him. I don't know. I think Almabayev is the truth as far as the grappling goes. So I don't know. We'll see. Ochoa is a very very talented fighter. I have a lot of people that I respect that are on Ochoa. But I personally, my gut's telling me Almabayev's gonna win this fight. I said I agree with my gut. I think Almabayev is I think he's just got the goods. He's got the experience, and Ochoa is just lacking that experience. And I just think Alvarez is going to take advantage of that and win off control. I don't. He could get damaged, TKO'd, but I don't know. I feel like on the ground, I feel like he's safe from submissions. I don't know. I feel like Alvarez is probably going to win this fight, but I'm not ready to bet this fight. This is another fight, close fight. A lot of these fights on this card are close, better live. Few good spots, but better live on a lot of them. Yeah, I gotta go with Asu Almobayev here by submission or decision. Moving on, we have Shara Button Magomedov versus Marc Andre Barriault. I gotta go with Shara Bullet. I don't trust Barriault's chin. Else I would, be on board to play Barriault. I think Barriault's grappling is 10 times better. I feel like his clinch work is probably better, even though Magomedov's the Muay Thai guy. I think Matt Shara's game is predicated on space, and I don't think Andre is going to give him that. So I do think the line's crazy. I'm almost tempted to bet on Barrio, but it's most likely is going to happen is this value play is going to look like a dumb play because he's going to get KO'd early. I think Barrio's chin is a big liability, and yeah, I don't know, he's too basic, and Shara's probably going to read him like a book and then find a KO shot late in the first. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not touching this fight. Plus, if it goes to a decision, this could be very, very sus judging. So I don't know. Weird. I don't know if it goes to a decision. I don't see how Barry will lose a decision other than robberies. But yeah, I gotta go with Shara here. But definitely a pass based on the price. -600 is crazy. Not much I can do with that. Uh, I think Barrio in the clinch could do a lot of good work, but I don't. I think Shara's footwork is going to cause him problems. I feel like his kicks are going to be problematic, and I just feel like he's going to be too dangerous on the feet for Barrio to feel safe to enter in. So I'm going to go Shara here by KO in the first or second. Moving on, we have Peter Yan versus Marcus McGhee. I gotta go with Peter Yan here. Another fight where I feel like this is gonna be too much too soon. Marcus McGhee is, very talented, 10-1. He's beat, Jonathan Martinez, but arguably if that was a 5 round fight, he was cooked. He didn't have any legs under him in round three. He was cooked. He lost round three unanimously. Um, he's only really beat JP Buys, Gold Bolanos, Journey Newsom, like absolute bums in the UFC. So he hasn't really shown anything. I think Peter Yan, this is a huge step up. I'm probably gonna make Peter Yan one of my bigger plays of the card. I don't know though. We'll see. I think Peter Yan cooks him though. If Peter Yan gets KO'd, he gets KO'd. But I just feel like this is a huge levels fight. Marcus McGhee has not shown anything to be on this level. He is a very talented fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I just think Peter Yan probably cooks him late finish, late TKO, second or third. I'm gonna go Peter Yan here. This is probably a Peter Yan showcase fight. Yeah, I'm not gonna overthink this. I like Marcus McGee. I think he's skilled, but this if he rises to the occasion, then good for him. But this is a really really tough puzzle to solve. Peter Yan is a computer, and he's gonna eventually find the kill shot on Marcus McGee. He has a grappling advantage. He's better on the feet. Like I don't really see how Marcus wins this fight. So gonna go with Peter Yan here. Peter Yan by TKO rounds two or three. Moving on. We have Robert Whittaker taking on René de Ritter. I gotta go with Robert Whittaker here, but I would not be surprised to see a weird clinch knee or submission. Rainier de Ridder has phenomenal jiu-jitsu, experience, face really dangerous guys like Anatoly. The thing about Rainier though is he's very predictable. Well, somewhat predictable, and he is I don't know, he's just kind of basic on the feet. I think Whitaker on the feet is gonna probably tune him up and find the KO shot. That's why my pick is Whitaker, just because he's a little too goofy for my liking. But I don't know if he has a plot arm or like DDP to give Whitaker that problem and the power on the feet. So if he doesn't land any weird knee in the clinch, I don't really think he's got anything for him on the feet. And I do think Whitaker's grappling takedown defense is good enough to defend Renier's body lock throws or because he's not going to shoot shooting blast doubles on Rob. He's going to be going for his body lock throws. And I don't know. I just think Rob's going to be hip to it. I think this is a showcase fight for Rob. There's a few showcase fights tonight in pretty good lines. This fight could get hairy again. Bigger boys, you want to stay away from these fights. They can get very hairy. So I'm gonna go with Whitaker here. But after that, what happened? I don't know if he's had surgery about that jaw with the jaw injury with Hamza, but that was not a good look. Um, But this guy is, you know, he's shown the ability to get hurt and come back from fights. Paulo Costa, and it used to not be a good look that happened, but Paulo Costa has shown that he's no joke in his recent performance. So I don't know. I think Whitaker's probably gonna win, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna bet it. I'm more inclined to play bet Peter Yan than I am Robert Whitaker at this point. I don't know. Renier Dorado is a huge middleweight, and I'm just interested to see the face-offs first. Alrighty, guys, let me give you guys my top five most confident picks, and I'll get you guys out of here. Number one, my most confident pick is Carlos Leo. Number two, it would have to be Ivo Aslan. Number three, Peter Yan. Number four, or number three, New again, Steve New again. Number four, Peter Yan. Um, Number five, Nurmagomedov, I would say. Alrighty, guys, those are my top five. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.